And welcome back to Saturday Report. I am Rita Cosby. We've got a whole lot coming up more on the show. But first, we have a very quick update just coming into us now. Russia's defense ministry is reporting this morning that it deployed hypersonic missiles for the very first time to destroy a large underground warehouse in Ukraine. It is believed that the warehouse was an ammunition depot. Russian military officials also claiming to have taken out a Ukrainian convoy earlier today. Lots of big developments. And let's check in now with our Moscow correspondent, Giles Gibson, who is on the ground in Latvia. Giles, any reaction to this hypersonic missile? And give us the latest from there.
Yeah, well, the Russian Defense Ministry is saying that this is the first time that they have used a hypersonic missile since they launched this special military operation inside Ukraine, as they keep describing it at the Kremlin. Just to give you a bit of context, in order to qualify to be a hypersonic missile, it has to travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound, at more than Mach 5. And they are designed to evade traditional air defense systems. So this is a really significant development that the Russians are claiming that they have used one of these missiles to strike a weapons depot in a western region of Ukraine. No response yet from the Ukrainian government in Kiev to this latest development, but we are also seeing the Russian forces trying to, as they describe it, tighten the noose around the city of Mariupol. That's that city in the southeast of Ukraine that we've been talking about a lot over the last few days. A really bad humanitarian situation developing in the city. People who are still stuck inside the city, surrounded by Russian forces, just really struggling to get hold of basic supplies such as food and water. And just monitoring events here from Latvia inside Ukraine, it does appear that the Russians are now making another push to try to capture that really important city, strategically speaking.
And Giles, what is the reaction also to President Zelensky of Ukraine, who just a few hours ago put out the plea basically to Moscow saying it is time to talk? Is there any response there from Moscow on that?
Not yet. I think that message from Volodymyr Zelensky, that latest video that he put out, had a pretty direct challenge in a way to Vladimir Putin. He said, you know, I'm speaking here, especially to Moscow, that we are ready to talk. We want to see meaningful talks. No direct response to those comments yet from the Kremlin or from Vladimir Putin himself. Of course, we have had these video talks going on between the Russian and the Ukrainian delegations over the last few days or so. Those appear to have paused for the weekend. We haven't had confirmation from either side that they are actually speaking over the next few hours. So we are really monitoring that, waiting to see if those talks pick up again either on Sunday or at the start of next week to try to broker some sort of a ceasefire here.
All right, Giles, thank you very much. And boy, is that a stunning development, as you were talking about with the hypersonic missile. Again, as Giles was just saying, 5 times the speed of sound, the Russians claiming the first time they have used this. And now let's check in for the other headlines with Amanda for the very latest there. Amanda.
Rita, Alaska Representative Don Young, the Dean of the House and Reverend Champion for Alaska, revered champion that is, has passed away. Elected during the Nixon administration, Young was the longest-serving Republican lawmaker in congressional history. Young's death comes after serving his 25th term as Alaska's only member of the U.S. House of Representatives. He was 88 years old. Meanwhile, WNBA Brittany Griner's detention in Russia has been extended to May 19th. The U.S. State Department has demanded it be granted access to the athlete, who is in pretrial detention on allegations of drug smuggling. Now, they claim they haven't been consistently denied access. Griner's legal team has reported she's well among her extended arrest. And more than 3 million airborne gummies have been recalled due to an injury hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission warns of reported pressure buildup in the bottle, causing the cap and underlying seal to pop off with force. 70 bottles have been reported with this issue, and some causing minor injuries. Consumers are urged to return unopened bottles for a full refund. Those are some of your headlines. Breaking news, go to Newsmax.com. Rita, back to you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.